this is a review of page 7 in your textbook. Okay, and if you look at number 1, it's just asking you different tools that you may need in order to solve math problems. It's helpful in solving problems, okay? You may not have these answers. These are just samples, so go ahead and write it in your workbook because I will be giving you an answer ladder asking you to write the answers to certain problems. And if you have this already written and you understand it, then you know your answers. So you can use protractors, computers. Sometimes you maybe can even use your apps on your cell phone to help solve math problems. So it's varied answers. We've talked a lot in class about techniques and strategies like estimation, drawing a diagram, using mental math. So just there's 3 more. I said draw a picture. You can like choose the correct unit, solve a simpler problem, break it down. Just put those answers in your own word. And describe a situation in which you would use a protractor. Now, protractors were used long ago. I don't know if they're still used a lot, but a person would use a protractor to measure an angle. And I can show you a picture of one in class if you're interested. Now, these questions I want you to figure out on your own. I don't have the answers listed there. I believe it's something that you can do. Like number 4, it's just asking you to make your own model of a room and draw the scale 3/4 inch of 1 foot. I've decided to go ahead and just omit this one because everybody's going to have a different answer. If you want to do it for extra credit, that's fine. Number 5, you just simply have to multiply and add. Basically, those are the skills you would need. Says your family goes to a Dallas Cowboys football game. So the prices of the Cowboys Stadium are the highest of all teams. About how much would it cost a family of 4, that's a key number, to go to a game? So you're talking about you got to go to the game, they got a park, and they got to buy 2 programs and a soda and a hot dog. Okay, so basically, a family of 4. So the average price is $110. So we just use this table here so to go on the internet and look at what it really is. So $110. So what are you going to do with that $110.20? If you want 4 people to go, you're going to multiply that by 4. Okay. Same way with the parking. So you see the parking is $75. So you're gonna have $75 and you're gonna multiply it by 4. So you just label it and that's our parking. Okay. And that answer will be parking. And keep going. You got 2 programs. So each program is $10. So you take the $10, multiply by 2, to get them out of the program, which that's 20. So if I were you, I would just create a table. So you see where I've created this table here. Get the pen started. And so I have on the table program. So for getting the program, you're going to multiply, not program, I'm sorry, the program is $10 each. So that'll be $20 for the program. So you would put 20 over here. And keep going. Tickets, you multiply 110 times 4, put that amount here. Parking, so on, etc. At the end, you add it together and you have an estimate of about how much money they're going to need. And it says here about how much will it cost for a family. So because they're giving you an opportunity to go to the internet and look it up and look up prices, it's going to be a approximate amount. So just you can look on the internet and see what it costs, or you can use this table right here. All right, let's look at number 6. Your dance group spends $679.35 on props, hall space, and programs for a recital. This is what they spent. The ticket prices for the recital are shown in this table. So you see it here, all the prices. If you sold a total of 46 adult tickets and 59 student tickets, how much did the group make after paying for the supplies? So this is how much they paid for the supplies. This is what they spent, money they spent before they started selling tickets. So think about it. Adult ticket is $15, and they tell you here that you sold 46 of them. So you're going to multiply 46 times 15, and you're going to get your answer for how much you earned on adult tickets. I'm going to put A for adult after you multiply that out. Then you've got student tickets. So you're going to take the 59, and what are you going to multiply for student tickets? You're going to multiply it by 8. And that's going to give you the amount of student tickets. So I'm just going to put an S there. So what you're going to do, you're going to add those two numbers together to see exactly how much was earned during the recital. This will tell you exactly how much was earned during the recital. Okay. I added. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Yes, right. That's right. How much you earn. That's that they sold the tickets. Okay. So the other amount, the 675 here, that merely told you your expenses. That's basically how much you spent to put it on. That's what you had to cut out of your pocket. Say if you borrowed it from your parents or whatever, before you can have the recital, you had to spend this amount. So you would just subtract what you've earned from what you spent to see how much you made as far as your profit. Now, on this page, it's you filling out a table. It reads, suppose you're selling t-shirts as a fundraiser for a key club. The club makes $6.30 profit for every t-shirt. Complete the table. So if you have $6 and one t-shirt, it's $6.30. Okay, so you have to figure out how many t-shirts is $12.60. Okay, so if you would add 630 and 630, would that be two t-shirts? Okay, and how many t-shirts will give you $18.90? I'm going to let you all think through that. All the t-shirts model, all of these model the same relationship between profit and the number of t-shirts sold, just in different ways. Number two, what relationship would you prefer to use to determine the profit of 100 t-shirts if they were sold? So basically, if you have 100 t-shirts and they're still $6.50 profit for every t-shirt sold, then you have to think about what equation would be the answer for number two. I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'll see if you can figure that one out. And I'm going to let you figure out this one too. The price equals whatever you multiply times the number of t-shirts, okay? So what are you multiplying times the number 1, 2, 3 on each one of these? What are you multiplying to get these answers? And that's the answer that goes here. If you have trouble, send me a message in that Moto if you need another hint. Now this is page 10 and it's very similar to page 9. Okay, so you read the instructions. The water park in Cinnabon West in New Brunswick, Texas, cycles about 24,000 gallons per minute. Okay, so you need to complete the table. So if you go 1 minute, it already told you how many gallons. 24,000 gallons. So I'm just going to start you and you are finished. Okay, so 1 minute is 24,000 gallons. So then you have to figure out what it is for 2 minutes. So what are you going to do? Right, you're going to double it or just multiply it times 2. 24,000 times 3 and then 3. Same thing, 24,000 times 3. And you just complete the table. You won't be able to do it exactly because of the way the numbers are grouped, but do as closely as you can. So 1 minute is 24 thousands. This numbers is in thousands. So 1 is 24. So right at 20, maybe a little bit above, you put your dot. Okay. And then you just keep going. This is 2 minutes. What's the answer going to be to get 2 minutes? And then you just put your dot there to fill out the table. And again, write an equation to show the number of gallons of water used per minute. So after you do this, think about what would the equation look like. Okay, so what are you doing each time? Or you can put it in your own words if you're unable to think of an equation. How is everything changing? And same thing with number 4, basically. It tells you the scale on the map is zero point 0.5 inches equals 0.25 miles. So complete the table to determine the actual distance. So you have the length, inch, and the miles. Okay. So it starts you off with 0.05 inch equals 0.25 miles. So the inch here and the distance in miles here. Okay, so send me a message on that moto if you have any problems.